Let me ask you this, okay? So, do you think that it's because that element of hip hop, the knowledge was still so powerful in hip hop? It was so at the forefront, right? Do you think it was because of that that really helped spawn that?
Yeah, and and plus we was educated, man. You had brothers going to the rallies. You had brothers like Wise, the brother Wise from the Poor Righteous Teacher. These brothers walking around with books. They had a whole crew, the Q-Tip and the Native Tongues. All these brothers walking around with book bags, with books in them. Kwame walking around with books. So we, it was cool to have to be educated. And when it got, it started changing, and they made it uncool to be educated. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it got messed up at. So you ain't cool no more if you read a book. If you get in the video, you got the glasses on, and you sit and you reading your book. Oh man, that joint is whack. When that came in, that's where things start going down. When brothers stop and sisters stop reading books, because how could you bring knowledge if you're not reading? You don't have no knowledge. So what could you speak about? The little bit of things that you know. You know what I'm saying? Because your knowledge is limited. So your vocabulary is limited, and your chain of thinking is limited. So you're saying that's why you really hear, if you pull out 50 records right now, 48 of them sound exactly alike. It's a lack of education right now. You know what I'm saying? And as people get more educated and start getting educated again, you will see the styles in the music and the topics and what they're speaking about are changed.
Well, because you think about it, right? During this time, you had the powerful parties like the Black Panther Party still available. So preaching about the rights and the movement and the knowledge, right? And then after that, you started to see the crack epidemic and what it did to the people. And it had such an effect on hip hop because hip hop is coming from the streets.
Yeah, in a way, but the streets gonna be the streets. That don't mean that we gotta indulge in what's the streets, because to tell you the truth, it's supposed to be a business.
Right.
So even though it's the streets is right here, this is a business, man. You can't bring the streets into the business. Nobody goes and do a drill in McDonald's. The postman don't come out the post office and say, yo, man, I'm gonna go push my thing up here. I'm gonna go spin a block and go throw away my career and throw away myself and put myself in prison because this is what I gotta do in order to be a postman. That nobody should be a postman. You know what I'm saying? So when you came to that, you just could do both things. You can't do nothing at the same. You do this here and you do this here. And once you start mixing them both, you see where it's at right now. We have I was explaining earlier. We go down to Chicago. Chicago right now could have been the forefront of hip hop. You had some of the best rappers in Chicago, man, all in one era. They had like 1,000 rappers. That's a little exaggerated, but they had at least like 50 strong rappers, man. They could have took over the scene from Atlanta, from LA and New York, and just been right there and sat right there for at least about a good 5, 6. They had so many rappers they could have kept it for about 10 years, man, and they blew it in less than 2 years, 3 years, and by bringing the streets into business. Nobody blew it for them. They blew it for themselves by killing each other, by going to jail, by catching all these big outrageous charges that you ain't gonna get out for 30 years, 40 years. So, and that was an opportunity to start so many new businesses in Chicago and bring so much money and save so many lives. All they have to do is stay business. Stay business, man. Stay humble. Let people want to come to your state right now because your state is rocking. City rocking, man. You want people to come. You don't want to scare the people away. I'm going out there, man, because these guys beefing with this guy and this guy's shooting at this guy. And you don't want to do that because it takes away the money, it takes away the value, it takes away the opportunity. And that's what happened.